Another story that has broken since last we met was the arrest and indictment on multiple felony charges of former GOP chairman, state chairman, Jim Greer, for, I guess, fraudulent use of GOP funds that had been contributed by donors to the party. Question I have is, will that indictment, that arrest, that investigation have a ripple effect politically, in your view? Steve, let's go with you.
To some degree it will. The biggest person who I think that Jim Greer can taint is Governor Charlie Crist. It's clear. Charlie Crist created Jim Greer out of whole cloth. No one knew who Jim Greer was, a local politician from Seminole County, and look what's happened here. But yet, Crist's chief opponent for the U.S. Senate, Marco Rubio, the Republican, had the credit card and was running up hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card expenses, so his hands aren't clean either. And everywhere you turn in this sordid tale, you come up against another situation where you see the cancerous effect of big money in politics, really.
Anybody else got into the business, Steve, isn't it? I mean, I think the potential for it to have real damage is there. You don't know where these investigations are all going to go. It didn't take them long to get to Delmar Johnson to switch over on his old buddy Greer.
Delmar was the executive director.
Well, he was the guy that was cooking up these deals. I don't know how they were working it, but the money he was making pretty good money for handling the errands for the chairman, I guess.
But like Steve said, if everybody is tainted, then how does it affect one person running against another person? If they're all, if they've all got some kind of hand in the deal, then, doesn't it affect them all badly and therefore none of them?
It's why it increases the likelihood that Charlie Crist will try to call a special session of the legislature in June or July dealing with ethics and corruption in government to distance himself from this situation. I mean, Delmar Johnson. Delmar Johnson is a character out of a Carl Hiaasen novel come to life. He's even got the perfect name. I mean, because he was a sort of slug of a guy who just is drowning in money and has contracts and is a consultant and he's going to Las Vegas and he's going to San Francisco and, with the party card and all that stuff.
But the interesting thing is that there is a pattern here, and, Jim Greer absolutely exploited it. And the party controls that were in place were evident that they just didn't have the checks and balances that a huge corporation would be. And I think that there is, if the prosecutors are doing their job and if the statewide grand jury is looking thoroughly into this, I think you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of questions raised, and it's going to be broader. And I'm not sure we're going to have criminal charges against anyone else, but I think we will have a window into an operation that for a long time has run pretty loose and free.